Canada's men's national team veteran Atiba Hutchinson on the line. Atiba, you finished off a great season with PSV in Europe. Unfortunately, just narrowly missed out on the Champions League once again, but a super strong finish, and you're now in Canada, CANMNT in Florida, preparing for some big games in June. Just give some insight into how camp's going so far and how the team's shaping up ahead of the big match on Sunday versus the U.S.
Yeah, so far it's going quite well. We just got pretty much the whole team came in yesterday, so almost a full session today. The guys that played on the weekend had a little bit of a recovery session today, but I mean the last 4 or 5 days have been going well. Training's been quite sharp, and everyone's just trying to gel together and get familiar with each other again. So that's been going well, and we still got a couple more days to prepare, and we'll have a little friendly game against, I think it's Fort Lauderdale Strikers. Just preparing for the game against the States. So until now it's been going well.
Fantastic, thanks, Atiba. We'll start questions with Jerry Dobson at Sportsnet.
Okay.
Hey, Atiba, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. You've had, your trouble with knee surgeries and whatnot over the past year or so. Can you give us a sort of a feel of how you are now in terms of your game compared to where you were before you started to have all those knee troubles? Are you all the way back, or what is your game like right now?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much came back in January and started my full training from there. Got in with the team after about, I would say, 4 months, a little bit longer of rehab. But yeah, up until now, it's been going well. In the beginning, it's a little bit of just getting through it and getting it stronger, the muscles, building the muscles and everything. And it's been going good. I've been feeling well, and I've been getting a lot of games, a lot of playing time, and just getting the confidence and everything back, and I'm feeling quite comfortable again.
You got a comment on Josh Simpson and what his loss means to the team?
Yeah, I mean, we all know how important Josh is for the team. He brings a different dimension to the team. Especially going forward, he's always willing to get in the attack, create a lot of chances. So it's a shame what's happened to him in the last week. We're gonna miss him a little bit, but we just have to be focused on what we have here, and hopefully the recovery with Josh goes well, and he has a quick recovery.
Thanks, Atiba.
Okay.
Thanks, Jerry. Thanks, Atiba. Move to John with Canadian Press.
Hi, Atiba. I was wondering, what's the focus been so far preparing for the United States? What are you looking to do in that match?
Like I said, we're just trying to get familiar with each other now. We've been away for a little bit of time now, a couple months. So just get used to each other's tendencies, and we want to be a team that's tough to break down. We want to be very organized and keep good shape in the team. Not concede goals so easy. And sometimes we'll have to play off the counter attack, and other times we'll have to just settle the ball down, keep it, and try to break down the opposition that way. But we're trying to be a little bit more of a complete team, and just make it very tough to break us down.
So would you say that your focus on the pitch is going to be a disciplined, patient style of play?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, the game against the States is not the most important. We want to be ready for the qualifying games, and the States is also kind of a building towards the qualifying. So I think it's just a bit about being disciplined and being organized as a team, and just having good shape in us. And we're a team. We're quite confident in our qualities. We know we can create chances, but we also have to think defensively and just be organized, like I said.
Thanks, Atiba.
Okay.
Thank you, John. We'll move to Gavin Day at MLSsoccer.com. Thanks, Max. Hi, Atiba. 4 years ago, you were on that team in World Cup qualifying that got just 1 point from its first 2 games. It didn't get off to the best of starts. Just how important are these first 2 games against Cuba and then Honduras in June?
They're huge. Like you said, the last time around, we only having 1 point, playing 2 games at home, and coming up with 1 point, it kind of put us behind the 8 ball right away. So it's important for us to get off to a good start, and also for the confidence. If you have a good start and you can get maybe 2 wins in these first 2 games, I think it will be huge for us. But yeah, we want to take it one game at a time, and we'll have to deal with the Cuba game first away from home. We know it will be a tough game, but yeah, I think we'll be prepared for it to go out and take 3 points in that game.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Gavin. Thank you, Atiba. Move to Stephen Sandel at the 11.ca.
Hey, Atiba, you just said that you didn't think the U.S. game was the most important preparing for qualifying. Did you guys spend a lot of time watching the American game against Scotland on the weekend? Did you see it at all? Did you try to break it down at all?
Yeah, I don't know about all the players. I watched it myself. I was just in the hotel watching the game. Yeah, they looked very good. The States have been getting a lot of very good wins. They've played a lot of good countries and got some pretty good results. So we know they're going to be a tough team to play against, like always. But we want to focus on ourselves and yeah, like I said, it's kind of building towards the qualifying game for us. But of course, we want to go out there and put out a good display and yeah, hopefully get the win there.
Thanks, Atiba. Thanks, Steve. Do you have a follow-up to that, Stephen?
No, that's fine.
Okay, thanks. Is there anybody else on the call I've missed so far?
Hey, Max, it's Steve Bosher.
Hey, Steve. Sorry, my apologies. Go ahead.
Hi, Atiba. You're one of the leaders on the team and one of the leaders in what is a veteran midfielder for Canada. I'm wondering if you could give me your thoughts on Samuel Piette, who's the youngest player in camp and kind of an example of the next generation of Canadian midfielder.
I think Sam he's a very promising player. He comes with the right attitude in every training session. Works very hard. He's comfortable on the ball, and I mean, for a young player like that, and he's got a lot of confidence in him, and it's only gonna continue to get better and better for him. So I think for the next generation, I think he's the type of player that a lot of the younger guys should kind of keep an eye on, and he's got the right attitude. So he's definitely got a bright future ahead of him.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Steve. Anybody else on the call I haven't gotten to so far?
Hey, Max. Yeah, it's Daniel Squizzato. I came in late.
Dan, go ahead.
Thanks, Max, and thanks for doing this, Atiba. It's been 5 years now, but anytime people see Canada against the U.S., the semifinal of the Gold Cup, of course, comes to mind. How much is that game a motivator, do you think, for the team and especially for you specifically?
A little bit of a tough question. Yeah, I think that's a game that's on a lot of Canadians' minds. That was an important time for us. We were doing well in that tournament, and maybe the refereeing wasn't the best, but I mean it's something we try not to think about too much and kind of get past. Every game you play against the States, it's always an important one, and we all really look forward to playing those games. It's kind of a rivalry, so I think it's going to be a very interesting game and very enjoyable to play in and hopefully to watch also. And if we can get a win in that game, the better for everybody. So we'll be ready to go out there and have a good performance.
Great. Thanks, Atiba, and sorry for dredging up the bad memories.
No problem.
Thanks, Dan, and thanks, Atiba. Anybody else on the call I have not gotten to yet? So before we go once more around, Atiba, I'd just like to ask about your experiences with PSV. Certainly in the second half of the season, you had a chance to get back into play in a big way, and you guys finished the season with 5 straight wins, if I'm not mistaken. Just a few words on the second half of your campaign with PSV and the season that was this year.
I mean it had a little bit of ups and downs, especially for the club. We kind of struggled playing our games away from home, but like you said, we finished off strong. We didn't get the Champions League spot, Champions League qualifying, which was a little bit unfortunate for us. But overall, I think for me it was good. I got back after January and I started getting more and more games, so it was a positive second half of the season for me because I didn't play much, nothing at all in the first part of it. So the second half of the season was pretty good for me, and also it wasn't the best, but finished off strong for the club.
Fantastic, thanks. We'll go once more around the circle, so to speak. So Jerry Dobson, do you have any further follow-ups? Yeah, I'd like to, Atiba, as long as you've been with the national team, and this holds true for pretty much everybody, I guess, is every time we get to this point of World Cup qualifying, this is the major stumbling block. This is always the one where the team fails for whatever reason. In some cases, the failure has come after the team felt pretty good about themselves, and everybody thought the program was ready to make that next step. Honestly, what is the feeling right now about the status of this team going into this all-important semifinal round? Is it one of, oh no, here we go again, this is where we always stumble? Is it a feeling of we're completely confident we can get it done this time? What is the sense and what is the feeling among all you guys?
Yeah, well, I agree with you. This has been the part where it's been hard for us to get past, and especially the time that I've been there, we've got off to a really bad start. Playing 2 games at home and having pretty much nothing to show for it. So I think in everybody's minds, we know we need to get off to a good start. That's going to be very important for us. We all believe in ourselves. We know our qualities. We know we have a team that's capable of getting through, especially this round and getting to the next the final round. So we know we have the capabilities of doing it. So we've just got to put it on the pitch and leave everything out on the pitch when we go, and hopefully we can get the results we're looking for and have a good start to the campaign.
Okay, thanks, Atiba.
All right, no problem.
Thanks, Atiba. Thanks, Jerry. Gavin Day once more. Yeah, Atiba, you're using the Florida camp to get used to the heat that's expected in Cuba. The game will be in the middle of the afternoon. Just how extensive have the training sessions been? How much have you been put?
Well, it's been very hot here. Getting used to the heat I think it's very important, because we're going to go to Cuba and play at, I think it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so it will be, at its hottest point in the day. So it's nice to get these training sessions and getting used to the weather and everything. And I mean, we train and we're getting, fitness. Some of the guys have been off for about 10 days, a little bit longer. So this 10-day training camp is very crucial for the team, and so far it's been going well.
Thanks, Gavin. John with Canadian Press.
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for your time, Atiba.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Stephen Sando with the 11.ca.
Yeah, just one last question, Atiba. I know we're talking about the rough starts that Canada's had in this round in qualifying before. Do you think it's an advantage now that you've made Toronto your home base and that all the home games are going to be in Toronto? Or do you think it matters much that you were moving around from city to city in previous rounds?
No, I think it's quite important to have sort of a home base, so to speak. It would be nice that we know we're going to go to Toronto and play all our games there and kind of get the fans more and more interested in it, and everybody knows that we'll be there. So I think it's important for us. I hope we can get off to a good start and get more and more interest from the fans and the support. But I think it's a good feeling, and everybody knows we'll be going there to play our game. So I think it will be nice.
And is it more convenient for you, for the players? Do you find that a lot easier on travel in terms of your itinerary and such, knowing that you're going to the city that's got the easy direct flights in?
Yeah, of course. It's not as much traveling. If we're maybe to go to the West Coast, it's a lot easier in terms of traveling. So I think it's probably the best thing for us.
Okay, thank you, Stephen, and thank you, Atiba. Move to Steve Boxer, Red Nation Online once more.
Hi, Atiba. We know it's hard to play road matches in CONCACAF, the World Cup qualifier. I'm just wondering, what are you expecting from Cuba? There's not as much known about them as maybe, Panama and Honduras.
It's hard for me to say what I expect. I've never played against Cuba away. Don't know what type of fans they'll get, but you can be sure that it'll be a tough game. It's always going to be tough when you go and play these Central American countries, away from home. No matter what type of fans they have, with the heat, that's going to be a big part on the game. And if they do have fans, that will be hard, and you don't know what type of pitches. So we just have to be mentally prepared for whatever is thrown at us, and just get off to a good start, get 3 points, and get out of the Cuba and take the next game that we have after that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Fantastic. Thanks, Steve. Dan Squizzato once more.
Yeah, thanks, Max. One thing, Atiba, that I think fans are always interested in hearing from the players themselves is to get an idea of what it means to represent Canada internationally and what it would mean to you as a player to help Canada potentially qualify for the World Cup. So I guess I'll pose the question then, what does it mean to you when you suit up for the Canadian men's national team, and what would it mean to you if you were to be able to help the team get back to the big tournament?
Yeah, well, I mean, every chance you get to play with Canada, it means the world. There's a lot of pride that comes into it. Representing your country is something that a lot of people don't get the chance to do. So I think everybody on the team is always delighted and so happy to be playing for Canada. And now we want to just get the chance to play in the World Cup. And we know it all starts now. So we'll be working very hard to get there. And if we can get there, it will be a dream come true, I think, for the whole country. It's been a very, very long time. So that is obviously the number one goal for everybody that's involved.
Yeah, it's great. Thanks, Atiba.
Okay.
Thanks, Atiba, and thanks, Dan. Any further follow-ups before we wrap things up here? I guess not. So a big thank you to Atiba for your time. Best of luck down in Florida, and thank you to everybody on the call.
Okay, thanks.